Kia ora koutou, ko Janice Lee tākongoa. I'm the founder and project lead of Koha Kai, and this is a series of video logs that I'm doing talking about the establishment, the motivation and the inspiration behind Koha Kai. The last one I was talking about working together as a communal and communal cooking, which is where we started. We started off as a group. And then this one is talking about how that affected the people around us, and how we managed that process. So every week, between 8 and 10 people would come in on a Tuesday after having decided what they wanted to cook that week. And they would come on Tuesday and they would give me $25 from their budget. And together we would go and spend the money that we had gathered in buying fresh food and then cooking it, creating 5 different meal options, which people then got to take home with them, and it helped to sustain them and to build their wellness. And we saw some immediate health benefits. We heard from other people the immediate health benefits. I had a letter from one elderly mother who was saying, look, this is the best thing ever, because I was very worried about my middle-aged son who has an intellectual disability, and I didn't know how he was going to be able to manage when I'm not here to look after him. But he's been showing me the meals that you guys have been cooking together, and it just relieves me to see that this is happening. Other people were telling me that this is the longest that a particular person had stayed out of hospital because she struggled to maintain her weight. You know, everybody thought that she had some sort of eating disorder, but in fact it was just that she couldn't find or afford anything that inspired her to eat, and now she was eating. She'd put on 3 kilos over a period of a month, and people were just so excited about that. One of the gentlemen that we were working with was actually his wife that we were working with, but he had spent most of his life suffering from type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and he had diabetes, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and he had a range of other blood pressure, and he had a range of other things. And after working with us and being on these meals that we were creating for a period of about 2 and a bit months, he went for his normal 3 monthly checkup, and his doctor said to him, what are you doing that's different? He said, this is the first time that I've seen you, and I feel that your diabetes is under control. You know, we've just done the blood tests and your cholesterol is within range. It's never been within range. You know, probably too early to say with your blood pressure, but with these other health benefits becoming really obvious, it's only a matter of time till everything starts to pick up. What are you doing that's different? And he says, oh, we're on Koha Kai meals. And he says, well, just keep it up. So these are the narrative that we are hearing within a 3-month period of beginning this process of cooking together and providing good, wholesome, healthy meals for people to have during the week. So I could see that there was all sorts of benefits, but what we were finding was that actually we were cooking more meals than what we needed. And someone come to me and said, look, these people that you're working with, they are among the most vulnerable, and they've got the terrible poverty and hardship. Why is it that you're not giving them all the food, distributing all the food to them? And I kind of thought about that, and I thought, you know, I want to increase people's independence. I don't want to detract from what they're making decisions for themselves. So, you know, 5 meals was the goal. I didn't realize that we were going to have surplus to our needs. So I talked to the guys and I said things like, you know, I'm not your mother. You know, I want you guys to look after yourself. What I'm doing here is finding a way to help you to live better. And I really want to stick with the 5 meals. What do you guys think? And people with disabilities are really obliging, and they said, yeah, this is living for us at the moment is so much better than it's been in the past. So we're happy to go with that. And I said, look, if you run out of meals in that time and you've got no money, come to me and we can, you know, see what's in the freezer there and maybe get you some more. But I really want you to try and extend your independence and look after yourself on the 2 days that the meals aren't there. Yeah, absolutely. So that's great. That's what they decided to do. So what we were able to achieve in that, because I would freeze the meals in the freezer at work, and we could see that there was people who were distraught because they weren't coping, and they were hungry and things like that. So when somebody came into the office and they were yelling about how they'd been sent away from the food bank because they'd been there too many times, they'd used up all their food allowances, they had no food, there was no way of getting any food, and they were absolutely distraught and didn't know what to do because it's 3 days till the next time they have money in their account. We were able to get food out of the freezer, heat it. That was the rule. You have it on site. So you would get the meal out of the freezer, you would heat it, and then you'd sit down with your support worker, because people are more open to being able to find some solutions to problems, to do problem solving, if they've got food in their belly. So we wanted to be able to help people. And then what we started to learn was that people were coming to our guys, the ones who were cooking the meals, and they were saying, oh my God, I had one of the meals that you guys have been cooking out the back there the other day, and it was just amazing. I really want to be part of this, but you know what? I've got no money and I don't know how to do this. So I would spend time with them, and we would establish a way. I mean, we were about food. The Māori word for food is kai. And for me, it's not important as to how it happens. It's your contribution to be able to make this happen is what counts. And so we decided that people would be able to give a koha. So if they had no money but they really wanted to participate, then they could come and work alongside of us and participate fully in that. They got all the shitty jobs. So they would get to chop the onions and peel the potatoes, and they had to stay a bit longer and clean up, and they would be ones doing the dishes and that. But everyone was still working together, and they got 5 meals to take home as a result. And next week, they would have $25 to contribute to it. So we were starting to grow quite a nice little network, and it was really making a difference in people's lives. And that was the next stage of our realization. It was also how we came to be Koha Kai. We were about food, and we were about exchanges of energy, whether that exchange of energy was money that you were giving to contribute to the purchase and the acquisition of the food, or whether you were just contributing your time and your effort to be able to participate. So that's where the name Koha Kai came from.